Yeah, hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Vivek. And it was indeed a very good insight that Leslie has bring along. Um, I hope everyone is keeping safe. Please stay at home. Uh, I hope everyone is keeping healthy. Uh, so with these, whatever you have heard from Leslie, in Compass, we have experienced similar kind of problem areas, which actually lead us to, get into the era of business process automation using a low code platform. One question that I have seen in Leslie's presentation, and that is a very, very attractive question because that is the main question that was in our mind when we are embarked into this journey, that what type of apps do we preliminary or on a practically we should go for using a low code platform development, I mean low code development. That was the main question in our mind when we are evaluating this particular area. We had couple of not couple of more than couple problem statements in front of us, which is absolutely in any typical organization we all face. We all see interdependent processes that goes on between different departments, be it a procurement or a finance or HR or even admin. We all have a different set of business rules or business processes that we follow. Uh, for an example, to onboard a vendor, probably to for some approval process on your budgets, any data collection form that we need to submit to our statutory departments. There are a number of processes that we follow, but almost all of them are being maintained at either at Excel level or through an email approval or an Word-based document, a normal document where a digital signature has been done, but the content is nowhere saved. So those type of situation we are also in, that all business requirements were either processed through an email or through an Excel-based template and email-based approvals. And the obstacle, the problem that we are facing was enormous. Like there was no end-to-end visibility of a particular process where it is. If I ask someone that I have submitted a request, where it is stuck. So then we need to search all the emails, all the email trails that where when we have sent the email, who have approved, who have not approved, all kind of jugglery that we need to do to get into the correct result. It leads to two major problem. One is master data management. Second is your process governance. When I say master data in the current scenario and which we have experienced in past one year at least for sure, that what is the importance of maintaining data correctly? We have lots of data we process either through these non-structured things like email and Excels, or else in our any our bespoke application or any our legacy application that every company will have. There are n number of data, but what is the correct data? What is the meaningful data? That is where master data comes in to define our data uniformly. I will like to give you an example here. Suppose in any organization we get into different contracts with different client. So suppose a name of a client is ABC Incorporation. Someone is writing in Excel ABC Inc. dot. Someone is writing ABC Incorporation. Someone is writing ABC Incp. dot. So every data is actually talking about one single client, but it has got 3 or 4 different set of records. So that is the problem that we are facing. So to solve all those problems and to implement a uniform process all across the organization, we have embarked into the journey of low code solutions. So our solution when we're discussing or when we're investigating or we are evaluating all the partners, the main thing that we kept in our mind is that a platform should have a drag and drop designer format. It should have a basic CRUD application capabilities. It should be should have workflow configurator, but because the lots of coding in any other bespoke application, we need to do a lots of coding while to develop a complete workflow. So that we don't want to do. And we should be able to do any implementation of workflows, be it a simple or complex or a semi-complex, or it's a amalgamation of both semi and complex. That kind of thought process we had. We figure out some benefits that will come out from no-code platform. The major and the very important factor that was in our mind was go to market. In any in any bespoke application development, either we follow a waterfall technology, format, or it's an agile format. Any simple workflow implementation, it will definitely take more than 45 days. In any organization, it will take, be it a small application or be it a large application, it will take at least 45 days, because it will follow the entire methodology of gathering the requirement, designing the wireframe, then designing the database, your entire data modeling, then do the SIT, then do your pen test, then do your UAT, then you deploy. After deploy, you manage the application for 10-15 days, then you hand it over to operations. So this entire process will take at least 45 days. So the major benefit out of any no-code platform implementation is the time. I will give you some example that why I am saying so. It will definitely reduce your cost, because manpower cost is drastically reduced here. Your technology cost is drastically reduced. Your database management cost will be drastically reduced. So that's why it will have a reduced cost and errors. It will follow a standard. Of course, yes, for any application, when we create, the main objective was to correct the data, uniform the data, and it will have a centralized communication. So everyone will not send emails, everyone will not send reminders. Only one system will send you all the reminders, all the notifications, and every user will know that if a notification is coming from this email ID, it is about this application. So that's why it is a pure centralized communication driven platform. While implementing low code platform in Compass, we figured out a broad scope of work, that which all area we will focus on. Basis that, we have started working with procurement team, then finance, majorly with operations, and we also doing some process re-engineering, where we are seeing that the process is fine, but it is not correct, or it is not up to date, or it is not capturing all the required information that that process should have. So for those processes, we are re-engineering that also. I will give you one example of implementation that we have already done through a process re-engineering in Compass. This is a very important slide. Whoever will work with low-code platform, this should be their strategy. They should keep in their mind at least some of them while implementing the low-code in any organization. This is a slide how we have implemented. It may not be 100% sacrosanct, but it will give a good insight that what all things we should keep in our mind while implementing this. See, because it's a low-code platform and it is not touching your legacy system. If you are not integrating it, which we have not done, that's why I'm telling it. The first and foremost thing is that you need to make your foundation right. In foundation area, what we have done, first we have integrated our platform with our Azure AD, the Active Directory, so that our login credentials get captured. And there is a basic security that we can build in our low-code platform. Next part was creating all the master data, which will be used all across my applications. So I may have 90, 100 applications running under this platform, but there would be some master data. For an example, an employee database. Wherever you are logging in, your employee database is required. So you need to figure out which all master data that needs to be created on the system, which will be reused. Then you need to configure your admin user. And with that, you need to figure out, as per your organization's requirement, that what would be the application layout. That means how you want to show the application, what would be your hierarchies of those applications. That means when you click something, what should appear next? That kind of a layout needs to be created. And with that, we have gone through a lots of security assessment documentation as per our company policy. As a step 2, we have gone through a change management process. We have communicated to all the users about this coming up of this platform. We have taken all required approvals from our management. We placed, we put up a process governance forum where every month we meet and discuss all the changes that we are doing or all the new implementations that we are doing. We have created one communication template through which we will communicate a different communication to all the users. It could be a downtime related communication, or it could be a new application onboarding communication. Every communication has a different template to it. After that, we discussed with Quixi to create a support model, that what would be our support window, what would be the escalation metrics, and what would be the change window. All this thing was discussed and documented. Then next important step that we have done, that we have created a project pipeline. And this is where the question comes, that what type of apps do you principally use low code platform? So we have created a selection criteria, that if this, there are 5 or 6 questions. If these questions got satisfied with the requirement, then we will bring it under low code platform, or it will go through our application development team using all the bespoke technologies that will get developed. So there is a selection criteria that we have created. We have prioritized all the project that has got listed. Under priority also, we have ranked them differently. So in our project pipeline, there are suppose n number of applications that we have figured out, and then we have prioritized. So after prioritization, we see there are around 7 applications which are coming as priority 1. So under priority 1 also, we have ranked them, that which priority 1 we will do first, then second, then third, that way. And we're following that list only. After that, we created a rollout plan, a rollout communication, and user training, a testing script have got created for each and every application. Then we have identified one application that we will develop and implement as a pilot, and we have made that live. At the beginning of my discussion, I have told you that our own low code platform implementation has a thought that it should have a capability of implementing different type of workflows. So typically in any low code platform area, there are 5 type of workflow that can that different organizations are giving. One is simple, second is semi-complex, third one is complex, exceptional, and parallel. Simple is a very simple one after another approval kind of workflow. It's a very waterfall kind of workflow. Semi-complex, where it is again one after another, but it has some got logic behind it. Complex is an amalgamation of simple and semi-complex workflows. Exception workflows are based on some exceptions that is built in your process. Basis that exception, different workflow will trigger. And parallel workflow is something where similar approval can be done by 2 different people in 2 different departments, and the workflow will run parallelly. So suppose that you have raised a request, it has gone to your CIO as well as your CPSCO, I mean your SCM head. Both can approve simultaneously or one after another, but till the time both the people approve, that transaction will not get approved. So that kind of workflow implementation is called as parallel workflow. So under this 5, we have already implemented simple and semi-complex workflow in our organization. The exception approval, it is currently under testing. So most probably by next weekend or first week of June, we will launch another app using the exception workflow. This is a snapshot of the first application that we have launched in our organization using Quixi platform. This is called CapEx Requisition. In any typical organization, any enterprise, we will have one workflow through which we need to take an approval from our CFO and our MD for any CapEx purchase. Similarly, we had one basis a DOA, which is a semi-complex DOA. It's not a flat DOA. It has got some different logics to it. we have built in this application in 15 working days, and we have implemented within a month. We have started our journey with Quixy in the month of February. The first month was purely foundational work that we have done. We have started actual development from March 7th, and we have implemented this on April 21st. So that is the speed that this can bring in. Although this was the first project, yeah, that's why it has got some little time, because we need to configure all the other master data from different API sources. We need to create the entire data structure for it. So that's why the first project, it took around 40 days, but actual development and testing was only, it was only 21 days, 3 weeks time. Now, currently, we are also working on a project called vendor onboarding. This is again a very common process that we follow in any kind of organization, any kind of enterprise. This process is definitely be there, onboarding a vendor into your system. This is where we have used parallel, logical workflow, the exception workflow. So we have got around 11 or 12 different type of exceptions in terms of vendor onboarding process. We are configuring all those workflow. This app have got developed in 4 working days in terms of its design, its business rules, it's all the validation. It has been done in 4 working days. Currently, Quixy team is supporting us to create the workflow behind it, and it is almost a week. So probably next 3-4 days, workflow will also get updated. So this application is getting live in 3 weeks time. So this is the speed, this is the agility that low code platform brings in, and the amount of support this Quixy team is giving us is a humongous one. It's a fantastic one. At least I can say I have never seen that kind of support in any other IT service organization. And also, I want to give one example that the speed and the way we can use any low-code platform. Yesterday evening, I got a requirement from our tax team for some statutory data collection requirement. Today it is live. So that is the speed that Quixy as a platform is bringing in. Only thing that you need to know, that you need to have a little bend of mind in terms of the requirement, in terms of the way you want to create the app, and you need to have a little bend of mind about data management and about report management, how to create reports, how to create logics. All those, if you have that bend of mind, I can assure you it's a 2 months journey with Quixy that you will learn the platform and you can develop your own app without any support from Quixy. So that is what I wanted to tell about our journey on Quixy platform and the implementation of the low-code platform on Compass India.